Hey guys, and welcome to Ball 100. We all seen what Nikola Jokic can do on the court, but before all the fame, MVPs and all that, Nikola Jokic had a tough road with absolute everything going against him. I mean, this guy once lived in a war zone and he couldn't do a single push-up by the age of 16. And how did he get his mysterious nickname the Joker? Well, sit back and relax because this is the incredible story of Nikola Jokic, aka the Joker.
I just play video games and I drink Coke. That was my life.
They didn't know what to do with me. I really couldn't do a push-up.
Jokic was born in a small town in the country of Serbia. Growing up was very humble. He grew up in a cramped two-bedroom apartment with his mom, dad, grandmother and two older brothers. Little did he know that a big war in Eastern Europe was on the doorstep. Jokic was just 4 years old when NATO troops bombed Serbia for 11 weeks in 1999. He once said, "I remember things like sirens, bomb shelters, always turning off the lights. We lived in the dark all the time. Even at like 9 AM, everything was turned off." But luckily, young Jokic survived the war, and the next chapter of his life will begin: basketball. His two older brothers, Jokić and Nemanja, were the ones that taught him the love of the game of basketball. At his early teens, Jokic had trouble with his weight. He always wanted to lose some weight and get more fit so he could play basketball more and actually compete with his brother. But it seemed like the young Jokic didn't care about basketball 99% of the time. Coaches around him said he was very lazy around his talent. And the worst part of it was his diet. He drank 2 liters of Coke for breakfast, and on average, he reportedly drank over a gallon of Coke per day. Missing games because he wanted to go buy some ice cream instead. He said in an interview that when he was in high school, he didn't like physical activities at all, and that he couldn't even do a push-up without giving up. So he knew if he wanted to prove everyone wrong, he must change his mental totally. And that's what he did. Jokic's basketball story began on a toy hub. It hung on the door in his family home. His two older brothers will sit when they play basketball with him to level the field. Jokic will charge towards the rim until the neighbors downstairs came knocking. At just 16, Jokic proved it himself. He had put in the work and became noticed by a European basketball team and left home to play with the Serbian team Mega Leks. And in his third year, he was named MVP. By then, Jokic started gaining attention from NBA teams. In 2014, Denver Nuggets drafted Jokic to the NBA. Do you guys remember his name called out in the draft night? You probably don't, because it was never broadcasted. Instead, a Taco Bell commercial accidentally ran during Denver's selection at the 41 pick. They played a Taco Bell commercial during his draft selection. I mean, this is a big moment for every NBA player. To be honest, that must suck for anyone else not named Nikola Jokic, because at that time, for Jokic, he wasn't even in America, nor was he watching the draft. He was sleeping at his home in Serbia, and at this point in his life, he wasn't sure if he wanted to play in the NBA, so he never really cared about getting drafted. When the Denver Nuggets drafted him, according to Nikola Jokic, he said, "My brother had celebration and champagne and he called me to tell me. I picked up the phone, but I wasn't listening. I just told him, 'Come on man, I'm sleeping.' Then I hung up the phone. So I heard it the next day. I didn't think it was gonna be a big thing," he said. Actually, Jokic almost signed it with Barcelona instead of coming to the NBA. Barcelona is one of the strongest franchises in Europe, and back then, before Jokic decided to come over to the NBA, they were paying very close attention to him. Many European teams were trying to pursue him during that year, enticing him to stay in Europe and play for a top-tier Europe League team. Jokic was very close to sign a big contract with Barcelona. They followed him for some time, arrived for final talks and watched all his games. The only thing left to do was work out the last details. But the night before the contract was supposed to be signed, scouts for Barcelona attended the game that Jokic was in, and in that game, he had the worst performance of his entire life. He was so bad that Barcelona was reconsidering the contract. and after witnessing that disaster, they told him that they needed some more time to think about it. Barcelona started to back out of their decision and rethink about signing him, but they didn't have enough time to make that decision because Jokić decided to come to America and play for Denver Nuggets. He chose the NBA, joining the Nuggets in 2015 off-season, and the rest is history. Fun fact: Nikola Jokic, nicknamed the Joker, can be credited to former Denver Nugget player Mike Miller, who simply was having trouble pronouncing Jokic's name, so he called him the Joker, and to this day, this nickname stuck to him. In addition, Jokic is also very funny around his teammate, which may have contributed to his nickname. He was also dubbed Big Cookie Monster because of his love for snacks and Big Honey by former teammate Will Barton, but he passed it on, saying he liked the Joker nickname better.
At last, the long wait is over. After 47 years, the Denver Nuggets can finally call themselves NBA champions.
That's it for now. More content on the way, guys. Thanks for staying till the end and watching this video. Peace out. See you later. See you next time. Peace.